Okay, hey there, guys. So in today's war, we are well in this war, which is gonna be War 4. Still catching up there. We're on War 7 right now, so I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But for this war, it's gonna be against JA. So again, they had an all-right start, but JA are always gonna be a up there contender. It's not an alliance you can slack off against. Most of the alliances in that top five, like yeah, top five or so, you can't really slack off against, right? So, putting on my boosts, I'm going to be going path 4 for both lanes. I'm actually going to be splitting my path 4 in the first section here. And I actually have a fair few fights for this war, which is quite nice to have. So my first one here is Void with Mole Man. I've taken Voids on this path before, but I believe I've typically used Nick Fury, unless I'm just like thinking about like off-season or something. But now my Mole Man is rank 4. I had 3 fights with him this war, and I was like, okay. I talked to my officer, I'm like, okay, I'm like close to another rank 4. I have to take three Mole Man fights. You had him use him against TCN. Can I rank him up to rank 4? So I was told, you're just going to not let him enter Frenzy, so I want to use my Unstoppable as frequently as I can so I don't gain it. And I actually want debuffs, because that way I'm getting those really big Furies that are going to be coming in, and goes down so fast with those Furies. The Furies from this node are always so insane, and they're really fun when you get to use them. Even when you have a champ like Nick Fury, I think I took like a thing or something with Nick Fury one time on one of those nodes. It was something like that, and I was hitting protection, like, you just go absolutely crazy. Yeah. So that's a really fun node. It was really interesting with Mole Man with trying to not enter Frenzy, and I want my Monster Mass to kind of keep resetting under that 5, tick it up, tick it down, tick it up, tick it down. So here's a Kitty Pride. I didn't think about this fight in every facet that I should have. I forgot about Aggression Prowess, which is going to put me in a little bit of a bad spot right here, because I go for the knockdown, and then she's actually going to get 3, and I'm actually in my armor mode, so I can't even remove the Prowess. And I should have probably just thrown my SP2 there. I probably would have killed, but ended up not. So I'm able to remove. I don't even throw it in the Fury mode, which again, as I said, there's just a couple mistakes, but I actually get the Fury from that final knockdown, and because they're passives, it doesn't get removed with right back at it. And right as I remove that protection, it goes from a 4k to almost a 9k tick. So even though I didn't knock her down, it took one special too. I was told to put tech boosts on for that fight, and I guess just now my officer is going to probably find out about this. I put on skill boosts for these fights because I know how Kitty fights go with Nimrod, and personally, I didn't see a way in which I was going to need a tech power back boost. I was killing with 1 SP2, and I did, even without the Fury. I really thought I messed up, and my heart was pounding for a second. So this is that same fight I took just recently. I mess up, I get hit a second time there, so I'm actually it's gonna go a little bit differently, but it's pretty much the same fight. I'm just not gonna be at 10, I'm gonna be at 8, so I'm gonna get my Monster Mass, I'm gonna trigger Frenzy right as I hit SP1, gonna send it, so I get my shock up, I have the bleeds going, gonna bait out the Unstoppable hit, same thing, back off, throw up the block, and let the crits, the shock damage, the shock burst, the deep wounds do their work, and you're in and out of that fight, no time. I put on an invulnerability boost for that fight because, as I said, you want to throw your SP1 as quickly as you can, and obviously, if you start with a Power Start 1, you're going to end up building his nonsense. So, I go for an invulnerability, and I meant to slap on a Power Start 1, because that's going to make this fight go a little bit smoother, but I forgot to. So this fight, I was so confused at the start. I cleansed, like, everything, but I think because he was unblockable, because I like dashing back, so I cleanse all the stuff and then I get my unblockable. And he was unblockable, I think, so I think when I took those hits, I think I took my Monster Mass down because of the unblockable hits. And as you can see, the rank 4 here is making a pretty solid difference in the amount of burst damage I'm doing from this SP2 and actually like, getting up my power. So right here, I'm smashing my SP1 button, and he's able to throw it before I can recover for my SP1, and I'm like, shoot, I actually lost my invulnerability. Like, invulnerability could have been useful here, but I'm like, shoot, I lost it. Like, okay, that's not too bad. I was like, there's nothing like degen on it. So I just am smashing SP2. And I know I'm going to be unblockable because I'm still in Frenzy, all of that going on, right? So I'm unblockable. Slap right through him there. Neither of the null fights with Mole Man have gone quite right, I feel like. Just like a little bit wrong. Just a little bit wrong. But I'm getting there on those fights, so it's what it is. Back on this Sasquatch duty here. I'm very, very confident in this fight, especially now. I've always been confident in this fight, I just didn't always get assigned it the most in GT. There were a couple champs or a couple other people, I guess, that we favored for this fight, and Archangel wasn't one of them. And Archangel was obviously, and it still is, one of my most used champions. But especially with Horseman here, when you can get it, I'm pretty much healing from the suicides. Yeah, I am healing from the suicides. Because of the Horseman, I take 200 in a tick, and I take 260 in the heals. And I'm doing so much neurotoxin, and with Horseman, you're triggering so many neuros and so many bleeds. Even for a really, really thick and chunky champion like this Horseman, or like this, yeah, the Sassy here, just mowing through him. And he's just about down. I got 7 neurotoxins going at one point there. I'm just not even going to risk it with, like, if he goes into Wrath randomly or something weird, and I just wasn't expecting it. So I'm just going to stay back. I get a white Magneto here for this fight, so I'm going to take this fight with Nimrod now. This fight could use a tech power back. Oh, I do attack damage, and do I do a tech power back? I do a tech power back. Look at that. I was right. I can do it with a tech power back. So, get a white Magneto for this fight from the buddy Ash. Gonna go in, just make sure I have all my boosts still going. I think I was trying to decide right now, did I want Invul or Power Start? Invul or Power Start? Because I'm like, there's a solid chance he goes up to SP3 here. I kind of forgot his SP3 has a degeneration component to it, which is going to be a little bit of a mistake, but the invulnerability is still a good thing. So I really need to switch over, because look how much power he's gaining. He's about to go unblockable. So that was the first thing. I needed to get into the Blitz form on the first combo, and I did not. I did not respect what this node could do. So I'm going to be able to get back, but he's going to get Conflictor from me putting on the Cowardice and or the Power Drain. He's going to go up to an SP3, and I was like, shoot, please let me get to SP2 here. Unfortunately, I could not get up to SP2. I was hoping he would attack into me or something. As you can see, though, I have the invulnerability on still, so I don't take any damage from that. But it's a 3.6 tick. It takes me from 100% down to 33, including recoil. Yeah. So, not something I can do. I cannot eat an SP3 there. It was not too hard of a fight. I think if I hadn't made that mistake at the very start and letting his power build at the start, I don't think it would have gotten to that point. And here's the score. It was 6-4. Little bit high on both ends, honestly, right? 6-4. It's still low. It's still a very clean score from both alliances, but both of these alliances can definitely put up slightly lower numbers against each other, where you're looking at like 3-2, maybe 3-1, something like that. But still, really happy with this score. 6-4 is nothing to be mad about or salty about, I guess you could say. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye.